let's go to the coding session. I'm just using the Spider IDE, and this is my file which is managing plot parameters. And as you can see my path, I just have Python course folder. There I make a subfolder managing plot parameter, and in subfolder I have my file managing plot parameters.py. So in this file we just go through our coding session. So first of all, let's import the basic libraries which we want in our session. So here, as you can see, I just make a line graph. It is because so that I can show you the different things on practical basis. I'm going to use this line graph where I have two lines on a single graph, and I use this line graph so that I can show you this XY label, title, close a figure, set parameters, all these other stuff of the plot parameters. To show this, I am using this line graph. So first of all, we have this X label and Y label for the X axis and Y axis. So let me hide this and show you what is the use of this. This is our line graph. Okay, and now let me, as you can see, we don't have y-axis, we don't have x-axis. So to insert the y-axis and x-axis in our graph, we just have to write plt dot x level and plt dot y level, and there we have to write the label for the x-axis and the label for the y-axis. And if when we write when I write this x level and y level and show our graph, then as you can see I have my y level, y-axis level and x-axis level. Next comes the title. So let me hide the title first and show you the graph without title. Without title, you can see I have no title, and this is showing the graph, and I don't know what on which data set and what kind of graph is this, on the basis of stock prices, on the basis of some sales, I don't know. So to add the title in our graph, you just have to write plt dot title, and there you have to add the title of the graph. And when you just write, you can see you can get this line graph, or you can add or edit your any of the title as you want. Next comes the closer figure. So this is something like when you just open your figure, it is get closed at the same time when you write plt dot close. So as you can see, it is get open for a second, and because I write plt dot close, that's why it get closed. So this plt dot close, as you just are wondering that why this plt.close function make, it is none of use. So it is in use some of the time, like if we have to open our graph for some time and after that we don't want our graph. So by just writing this command and adding some like time dot sleep, here I didn't import the library, but when you just write this command by importing the correct libraries, the execution get paused for the 10 seconds, and after the 10 seconds this graph is get closed. So this is how we can use this plt.close. So it is also useful for the some of the tasks. Next comes the setting limits. So I already set the limits, so let me remove that and show you the graph. So as you can see, I have the full graph of my data. My whole data is get seen in the full graph, but I just want to focus on this area. I just want to focus on 0 to 5 of y-axis and 0 to 5 of x-axis, 0 to 5 part of x-axis and 0 to 5 parts of y-axis. So to put the limit, I just write plt.xlim and plt.ylim, and there I put the limit. For x I write 0 to 5, and for y I write 0 to 5. So when I execute this, I get my data for this part. And let's say I want to see the x limit for 5 to 10. And when I write this and execute this, as you can see, I just focused on my graph on this 0 to 5 of the y-axis and 5 to 10 for the x-axis. And we can also edit it's something like x-axis is for 10 and y-axis is for 5 units and x-axis is for 10 units. Here as you can see, my x-axis is 10 units and y-axis is 5 units. So this is all about the limit. Next come the save a figure. So I already write this command. When you write plt.savefig, there you write DPI. DPI means the resolution, and when you write 300, resolution is at highest, and box in say b box underscore inches. Through this you can just specify the type of your box, and I just specify my box type as tight. So when you just write plt.savefig, you have to keep the thing in mind. You don't write this line outside anywhere else, and you just run this graph, and then you think that I just run this plt.savefig, then it will save the blank figure. So if you want that you just save the correct figure, so keep in mind that you just save this figure, write this command before the plt.show. So when you write this command plt.show, all the things that you have mentioned will come under this, and it will get shown to you. Also it will get saved in this file format in the this directory, which is managing plot parameter. There it gets saved limit.png. But if I don't specify this, this graph isn't safe. If I don't specify this, this graph isn't safe in my this managing plot parameter folder. So when I execute this, it will not show any pop-up message or something. It is up to you. When you just write, you have to keep thing in mind that it is getting saved in your directory or not. So as I not mention it, so it is not saving in my directory, but when I mentioning it, my line of code, it is saving in my directory when I execute this line graph. So after this, you can also save this as a transparent figure, and you can also save this as a PDF file. So next comes the subplots. Let's say I want to make subplots. For that, I want to make four plots. So that's why I write two for the X and two for the Y. That means I have two plots at a single row, and I also want two columns. So by just writing two rows and two columns, I get four plots, and I want to make four plots. That's why I write fig comma a equals to plt dot subplots and number of rows and number of columns. After that, I just specify the range for x. X is equal to np dot arrange 1 to 5, and at zeroth row and zeroth column I want the square graph. Here as you can see, a00 dot plot. By just specifying this plot function, I get my square. And at zeroth row first column I want square root, and at first row zeroth column I want the exponential, and at first column first row I want the log graph. So when I execute this all of this stuff at a single time, my subplot will get executed, and as you can see, I can see my four graphs. I can see my four graphs in a single visualization. And when I mention this plt dot savefig, this subplot will get saved, and if I don't, then this subplot isn't saved. And let's say after specifying all of this stuff and a particular time, I don't want to show the zeroth column first row graph. So for that, I just write fig dot del axis, and specify the name of that graph, which is a0 zeroth column, and then one a01. And when I execute this, you can see I don't have this zeroth row first column graph here. So that's all for the subplots, and next comes the legend. So first of all, I want to hide this legend, and let me show you so you can see the differences. So here as you can see, I don't get to know that what is this orange line, what is this blue line. to get this orange and blue line, I have to specify plt.legend. And keep in mind, this plt.legend you have to specify before show, just end of all the stuff and before the show. If you write some this is on elsewhere, or on the top of the this writing of this line graph, then it will not get shown. So when I specify this plt.legend at middle, sorry, at the before of show function and at the end of all the thing, and when I execute this, you can see I can see the legend. That means my blue line is the line 1, and my orange line is the line 2. So that's all for the legend. And at last we have changed the style. So if I want to change my style to ggplot, so I just execute this, and now let me show you the line graph. As you can see, my line graph is get changed, I mean the visualization is get changed to the ggplot. And now you don't like this ggplot visualization, and you want to change the style, you want to change this style to the default style, then you can just execute this. And now when you execute your line graph, it is shown as the default format. So as you can see, we get the default format. And if you want to see the other style format, then you can just write plt.style.available. And when you execute this, these are the number of styles which you can uh, which from which you can change. And our style is the classics, sorry, classic is the different. So if you want the default, you could just write this. And if you want to change the style, you can, this is our default style. And if you want to change the style, then you can just use any of these styles here by just uh, get this name seaborn hyphen deep, copy this, select this ggplot, save to it. And what is happening to my system? Yes, when you specify this, now your styles get changed. And when you see the line graph now, as you can see, color of line is changed. And this is how this seaborn hyphen deep is like. It is mostly like to the matplotlib default style. So these are the managing plot parameters. These are the plot parameters which you have to keep in mind while visualizing your graphs and plots. So that's all for the today's session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Stay motivated and keep learning.